Now, hello and welcome everybody to this new project I am starting, in which you will see me talking, discussing, and sharing my thoughts on One Piece. I must admit, I love the show, and I guess so do you, since you just clicked that thumbnail to get in here. Also wanted to say that this is my first time doing this thing. I had never edited a video, never recorded my voice, ever, so I hope I can improve the quality soon, since this might not be as good as I want that to be on a long term. Also guys, this video is gonna contain some spoilers about the last chapter that just dropped, so be careful with that. I hope you guys read it, and if you're just one of these people who just likes being spoiled, then I guess you're welcome. Yeah. Alright, so we got One Piece chapter 976 finally on the board. It is titled Allow Me to Introduce Myself. Now I must admit, starting this project with such title is kinda crazy to me, but anyways, let's just dive into it. First page in, and we continue with the comedy that we had last chapter. Everybody seems to know that Kinemon was just lucky. They're sort of making fun of him, trying to get him to confess, and he eventually does. And I must admit, at first I didn't thought that was gonna happen like that, you know. I thought they were gonna believe Kinemon was just that smart, but I mean, I guess they know each other for a long time. They don't have a lot of secrets between them, obviously, except for Kanjuro. But yeah, I have to say I like seeing some friendship interaction between the Scabbards, so we can have a better understanding about their group dynamics and personalities. And that is, I feel like that's going to help us, the readers, creating a bond between us and the Scabbards, so they become sort of more human. It's not just plot, but they also interact with each other, they make fun of each other, they make mistakes and whatever. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I definitely did enjoy that. Also wanted to mention that I've seen on Twitter some people talking about a possible foreshadowing of deaths on the first pages, because some characters, I believe Okiku, Ashura Doji, and Kinemon, have some sort of gray shadowy kind of thing going on, and some people believe, or I've seen some people say that that might be foreshadowing for their deaths on the war of Onigashima. Honestly, don't think so, but just gonna let that up there for you guys to just know about it. But yeah, then we finally see Kanjuro on the move, showing us his techniques, and man, I have to say I loved that from Oda, because the power up that Kanjuro got was so subtle, yet so strong. I mean, Kanjuro right now is like, it is really strong devil fruit. Since he had been using his left hand drawing, he couldn't draw, so we just didn't even pay attention to his devil fruit. But now that he is drawing with his right hand, he's doing all these crazy techniques. Kanjuro reminds me of Sai from Naruto. They basically have the same power, and I believe that's a really huge power to have, since they essentially have the power of creation. Obviously it's limited, but Oda can use that character for whatever is going to happen on the plot. He can make it happen thanks to Kanjuro's devil fruit. It's crazy. Now we can also see, besides the bird, which was something that we've seen and the Mugiwaras have seen, and also the Scabbards have seen, we see this Sumigumo technique, this cloud of ink that starts raining arrows on the people. And this is another big power up from the fruit, since he hasn't been really using his fruit well. Even his own crewmates, it's not exactly crewmates, but his own friends, the Scabbards, don't even know what he can do. So besides having a power up on the things that we had already seen from Kanjuro, now we are gonna see some more stuff that's gonna surprise us, and even the Scabbards can think about Kanjuro doing that. So I really like what Oda has done with Kanjuro. Do you guys think it's going to be Mad Kiyoshiro / Denjiro, whatever you want to call him, the guy who kills Kanjuro? Because that's a really interesting discussion we have here. Who's the Scabbard? Who's the single guy who's going to kill Kanjuro? In my case, I believe it's going to be Kinemon, just so if you guys want to know, because we've seen them together since Dressrosa, so they have a really deep bond. They've been together for the most part of the post time skip. Their bond is really good. Kinemon's the captain of the Red Scabbards, and yeah, Kanjuro is a subordinate. Man, I feel like that could be a really good 1v1 to see on the show. I can't wait to see that. Even though I don't see Kanjuro dying anytime soon, since he now offers a lot of possibilities for the plot, for Oda to write. So that character is gonna create some interesting situations in the raid on Onigashima. So yeah, I expect to see a lot more from Kanjuro now that he actually became an interesting character on the show. On the other hand though, Momonosuke, man. My boy Momonosuke is really doing stuff now. I mean, it's not that he has done anything special, but we can start to see some character growth in him, because you know he's just a child. He's a child that has had several traumatic experiences. You know, he's seen, well, he didn't see, but he knows his father's dead, his mother's dead, he hasn't seen her sister. So obviously, like, this kid is gonna be, he's gonna be freaked out for everything that's going on. Now he gets kidnapped by Kanjuro, who was his vassal, and now he's just a traitor. So for Momonosuke, this has to be crazy, man. I can only imagine what this guy's going through. But the thing is, here, even Kanjuro is impressed, because when they are in the bird, Momonosuke is like, dude, I am not my father, but I'm gonna be me, you know? I'm gonna become someone. I'm going to create this feeling on the people that they will want to follow me, not because of my father, but because of me. And the guy was like, you know, guys, can you hear me? Yeah, don't worry about me. That's what this guy wants. That's what the enemy wants. Don't do that. I'll work myself. I'll work my way out of this, or I'll work my way to survive from this thing. And he promises he will get out of this on his own. And obviously, you know, because this is the kind of story it is, we know Momonosuke ain't dying anytime soon. But the fact that he just said that while a lot of Kozuki's vassals are in front of him, that's such a powerful moment for them and for Momonosuke. So this is one of the first times that he acknowledges that he has to be a big personality here, because he's a big part of what's going on. Also Luffy, man. That Luffy scene, that Luffy panel is hilarious, man. It's like, yo, this Momonosuke, you know, while everyone is crying because of what Momonosuke said, Luffy is like, yeah, he's starting to behave like a man. And after he is impressed with Momonosuke's words, he's like, yo, well said, Momo. Even if you're just a poor Winnie kid who looks like a samurai with a bun. And everyone's like, yo, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm gonna kill this guy. But Luffy's like, yeah, just survive, and I promise I'll come to save to you, you know? We all know how Luffy is. And he just tells him, we're friends after all, so I'm gonna go look for you, and I'm gonna keep you safe. And Momonosuke just, obviously, he starts crying, because, you know, I mean, Luffy is right. Momonosuke at this point is just still a poor weenie kid. But, you know, we can see some growth, and if you think about the conversation they had in Zou, where Momonosuke and Luffy were talking to each other, and Luffy's like, I'm not gonna help you, because you're just crying. I want you to really believe. I want you to, you know, to know what you want to do. And he's seen that from Momonosuke, and I'm sure Momonosuke looks up to Luffy. But in the end, everything went as expected for the plot, and Kanjuro finally kidnaps Momonosuke and heads for Onigashima. So this is just, I mean, they were the Mugiwaras were going to go to Onigashima anyways, but this just makes it better, because they're like, well, I'm going for Kaido, and now I have more reasons to go for Kaido because he just kidnapped Momonosuke, and we know how important Momonosuke is, and Luffy just believes in Momonosuke. So yeah, this thing is just going on, guys. This thing, we're starting finally after so many years. We're starting with the Onigashima raid. So I'm really I'm looking forward to it, to see the matchups, to see how it all plays out, because that has to be really cool. And since I've seen on Pirate Warriors 4, I believe Onigashima is a volcano. And so that has to be really cool, man. That's an island shaped like a skull with horns, and it's gonna be a volcano, and it's huge, and there's Kaido dragon, and yo, I'm pumped. I am certainly pumped for this. Also, I want to do special shout outs for the outfit, because Luffy with the cold, that's nuts. Like, we all loved seeing Luffy with the coat on previous chapters. But Chopper, man, I certainly love Chopper's outfit in Wano, with that armor. I think it fits him super well. And also the Frankie's outfit is just really cool. I believe that's gonna be really, really, really interesting outfit also, because he's gonna have some weapons, and he already has 2 cannons like a Blastoise, man. Shout out to Blastoise Frankie, dude, with a crescent moon on the top of his head. This is also tying back to Kozuki, since Kozuki means ancient moon, and we can see the moon theme all around Wano. But yeah, special shout out for those two, Frankie and Chopper, man, looking super, super cool. Now, at this point of the chapter, Kanjuro has kidnapped Momo. Everyone was ready with his ships, and they were heading to Onigashima. But remember, 3 ships, I believe, that were firing the allies. And what happened with these ships? Well, we actually find out that they took 2 of them out, and one was just sailing away. And you can see, like, the allies are like, okay, so these people are running away, we're not gonna chase them. But then what's going on with Wano? They have crazy good weapons, if you compare them to the rest of the world, at least for what we have seen. And apparently the ship that was running, it was just sailing away from them. They were getting some distance because they have these long cannons, and they start firing people and whatever. So it's not that much of a threat, because we know they're just gonna, all these pirates, man, they're gonna rape through all these beast pirate ships. But the allies, though, the Wano allies, there's some serious damage on the allies from Wano. Some ships from the Kyosho family just get blown away from these cannons. And what happens then, that's pretty interesting, because we got someone coming in. Now, who's coming in? That's the reason why you guys came here. We got our favorite fishman Jinbei with the Gyojin Karate water jutsu kind of thing bursting through the Beast Pirate ship. And he sits on the destroyed ship and proceeds to make that epic introduction for himself. Now let me tell you, this guy, he's the former Sun Pirates captain, former Shichibukai, Knight of the Sea Jinbei, finally joining as the Straw Hat's helmsman with a bounty of 438 million berries. It finally happened. Oda made it official. A lot of people doubted on him, but he made it into Wano, man. He made it into Wano. He ran away from Big Mom, and damn, I'm happy to see him back. Honestly, I've always been a Jinbei fan, and guys, they're just a good crew member to have. Now, we the readers are mostly happy, but there's a lot of people there who don't know who the hell Jinbei is. Allies just don't know. I guess they will have an explanation later. But there's 2 people who do know who Jinbei is. That's Trafalgar Law and Useless Captain Kidd, and I can see they are mad. Man, that is just not fair. That's just not fair. The Straw Hats are honestly just upgrading their crew. If you compare them to Trafalgar's Law, that is basically a polar bear and just 2 random people. And then you have Kid's crew, which had Killer, but now Killer is on Smile. So they have to be pissed for sure. It's too good of a recruit. Now finally everything's ready. Momo is being kidnapped to Onigashima. Kyoshiro or Dangeros together with the Scabbards. All the Straw Hats are together. Even Carrot. We didn't see anything of Carrot for a long time. Even Carrot is there. Jinbei is there. Everyone's there. We're getting ready, boys. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, now that we have our Fishman back finally, he's safe and sound. Super happy to see him back. But it just makes me wonder what happened back in Whole Cake Island. I want to know how he got away, because that was a really interesting situation with the German 66, some pirates, Jinbei. That was a crazy war going on Whole Cake Island. I guess he will be explaining how they got away in chapters to come, in like 1, 2 chapters, 3 chapters maybe. They'll be talking about that and starting the Onigashima War. But yeah, I honestly want to know how that played out. I don't want it to be off screen like many things in One Piece, but please, I want to know how that thing happened. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say for this chapter. No break. Next week we continue with this thing. I expect some things to go on, and I hope you find this entertaining. I hope I can upgrade the quality. This was the first time. Nervous. A lot of things I had to learn to do this thing. But yeah, you're the OG. If you reached this point of this video, man, yeah, I appreciate that a lot for sure.